So the noun, it's not something new. It was there before Lukic was also there. So any team sponsoring, I will be closing. No, there's a noun. So let's say the noun is a practice. That practice is already existing. Lukic is one aspect of that which you get by adding an adjective to the noun. I will be, since there's no one pouncing, I will be closing pounce. Team 7, you're direct. Don't think too hard about this, guys.
Is it like sending of important, letters or something, official letters, mailboxes, basically? Basically sending of mailboxes or the work of post.
Okay, so team 7 is sending important letters of post. Team 6?
These are some sort of photograph tools where you could take photos.
Okay. What about it is different from like what was existing back then?
Because still you had to stand still for a while.
I'll give you one last attempt to make your final answer. Team 6, I will need an answer, otherwise I'll be pushing.
I think it had flash. We didn't have, previous cameras didn't have flash, it had flash.
Team 5, so they said they have like phone booth, photography booths with flash. Team 5. Photos sent by post, team 4. Okay. Full point, this is instant photography. So I was looking for instant photography, great tag by team 4. Really close team 6. So we get full 10 points to team 4 and we get 5 points for getting almost there, team 6. So full 10 points team 4, 5 points to team 6. Next question, direct to team 3. Yeah, so in those days they thought that taking a picture of yourself means you're removing some essence because you're capturing it on the screen. Team 3, direct to team 3, question number 3. So in economics, there's something known as the Dutch disease, which is a really apparent causal relation between the increase in economic development of a specific sector and a decline in other sectors. So if there's an increase in one unrelated sector, there's a decline in other sectors. This was first time in 1997 for this particular phenomenon in which the manufacturing sector in Netherlands actually declined because there was a large natural gas field found in 1959. So now, for more modern times, where do we see the Dutch disease can be seen in X, which is an East African nation, which has been facing a lot of socio-political instability and which has destroyed the economy of this nation. However, because of this decline, a really unconventional trade rose, taking advantage of the low condition and excess strategic location. So this is the increase in this sector. Like I said, there's no relation, there's a very slight connection. Just tell me what this nation is and the trade. If you get the nation, this is the first thing that should come to mind. I've already got a pounce from team number 5. Team number 1 pounce, and I'm getting a pounce from team number 7. If there's no more pounces, I will be, yeah.
And that was right.
I'll be closing pounds at team number 6.
When you say trade,
It's trade, I can put it, it is considered form of trade but loosely. Trade, I put the word trade loosely. That's all I'm going to say. I've closed pounds already, team number 6. Team number 6 is the last one. Team 3, this is your direct. Go on. Full points to team number 3. This is Somalia and the piracy by Somalian pirates. Great track, team number 3. So 1, 5, 6, 7. You guys count? Okay. So 1, 3, 5, 6, 7 get plus 10. Great track by the teams. Next question goes to team number 2. So inositol is an isomer is the isomer of inositol, which is a carboxylic sugar. So it was once considered a vitamin, but after they found out it's made in the body, it got lost the tag. So now, previously it was actually using energy drinks because it creates a slight energy lift, and also the fact that it tastes sweet. However, they found another really interesting use for this particular compound for entire different industry. So remove energy drinks, take a different industry, whereas lift is actually required in certain scenarios. Focus on the fact that different industry in certain scenarios where you require a lift. So here, instead of dissolving it and using it in an aqueous solution, its pure form is used in a different phase. Which industry and what purpose? So think about the fact that this compound is not used in its aqueous phase, it's used as an energy lift. So think about where would you want to see an energy lift, and there you get its purpose. So the second paragraph should be all that you need. Looking to pounds. The most helpful thing would be the last 2 lines. Energy lift for entirely different industry, and you use it not in an aqueous solution. Any teams that are looking for hints? Pounds, or you want hints? I would say this energy lift is trying to replicate something. So it's trying to replicate something which cannot be done, so they use this as a replicate. Team 2s. I will be closing pounds. Team 2, this is your direct. Yes. Okay, so they said it's a replacement for adrenaline for fighter pilots, team number 1. It's used by astronauts to replace coffee, team number 8. Full points to team A. This is what is used as movie replacement for cocaine or a substitute for cocaine. Great crack by team number 8. Full 10 points to team A. Nice crack. So only plus in team number 8. Next question goes to team number 7. So in 1909, this particular paleontologist actually assembled the first skeleton of a Neanderthal. So because of what he found, he actually thought that he made a mistake and believed that Neanderthals was a missing link between primates who walked on all fours and Homo sapiens who actually walked upright. So it was the in-between stage. What he didn't know that the fossil he found actually suffered by pure chance, to be suffering from an inflammation disease. And thus he made an assumption, which led to a myth, which we can actually still see to this day in some aspects. So whenever people talk about Neanderthals, 90% of them still think of this myth. So I want you to tell me what was the myth, and what was this inflammation disease that was there in the fossil that he found that led him to make this assumption. Question is quite straightforward. Yes. So think of how to get that disease. It's basically the first disease that comes to mind. So if you get the myth, there's usually only one disease that's associated with, which would have led to that, getting that assumption. I'll reiterate on the fact that he made the belief that there was a missing link. Why did he do so? What was that actually led him to make this assumption, which we still see today? And what did he find in that fossil that actually led him to believe this? I'll be staying this on for like 10 seconds and then I'll be closing pounds. Okay, I will be, since no team is pouncing, I will close pounce. Team 7, this is your direct.
Is it hunch? Yeah.
The myth being that
Near the
this is
Okay.
hunched back,
Okay.
and arthritis leading him to believe that the
No, basically they thought that Neanderthals will have hunchback and also such a thing, and it was because of arthritis.
Full points to team 7. They believe that Neanderthals are hunchback because they suffer, the skeleton that he found suffered from arthritis. Great crack by team number 7, full 10 points. They pounce. Teams pounce. Okay, team 3 and 4 points. I was saying. Team 3, 4 and 7 get plus 10. So next question goes to team 6. So in the mid 1970s, NASA sent 2 Viking landers, which were actually designed to actually check if there's any life on Mars. This is the only experiments that were actually conducted on another planet. So they conducted 3 experiments. Those experiments are not really useful, except the third one. So the first 2 actually tested positive for life, but the gas exchange experiment did not. Which led them, so the guy in charge of the expedition said that famously there is no life on Mars. So this guy is a famous theoretical biologist whose work is to find out if there's life on other planets. He said that whatever methodology was followed for these Viking landers was completely wrong because it was based on assumptions that is taken for granted on Earth, but it doesn't necessarily hold on other planets. So which means because of the methodology they followed, there's a chance that any present life in the experiment got killed. And that's why you get a negative result of the gas exchange experiment. So something they did in the experiment was totally wrong, which they shouldn't have done. And it gave wrong results and might have actually killed life instead of actually searching for life. So how he uses another example to further his theory. He says that if you perform the same experiment on some life found on Earth in certain extreme conditions, you will get the same result. So just tell me what was the methodology they followed or what did they do in that experiment. So all the experiments had a common theme. They did a particular step, which is why you got the confusing results. Do you need any clarifications? You want me to repeat something? Okay. No, I just want you to tell me what step did they do in all the experiments. So all these 3 experiments, more or less, there's a one common step, which they shouldn't have done because that is what gave the wrong result, especially for the gas exchange experiment. So if you perform that step for certain life on Earth, you will get the same result. And he did this thing because he was basing it on assumptions you take granted on Earth. So I'm getting pounces from team 8. This is direct to team 6. I got a pounce from team 7. I got a pounce from team 2. Team 8 are you pouncing? Team 8 is not pouncing. Team 3 is also.
ಆ ರೋಡ್ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಗೋಬಿ ಅಂಗಡಿ ರೋಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅದು
Like I said, I'm looking for a step. It's not a very scientific thing. I'm just clarifying that. So team 2, team 3, team 7, team 8 you pounce. Okay. I'm closing pounds with team number 2. Back to team 6.
ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್.
Is it done?
ಕ್ವಿಜ್ ನಡೀತಿದೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್.
Okay, I'm closing. Done. Team 6. Yeah.
ಇದು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು 8 ಗಂಟೆ. ಎಂಟು ಗಂಟೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಡಿಟಲ್ಲಿ.
They assumed that it had an atmosphere.
ಯಾವುದು?
So they said they assume that Mars has an atmosphere, passing it to team 5.
ಬೀಜೇನಿಲ್ಲ ಅದೆಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು?
Okay, they assume oxygen is present surface, team 4.
ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬೀಜೇನಿಟ್ಟಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ.
So again, atmospheric pressure. If you bring a deep sea creature up,
ಲೇ ಇದು ನನ್ನ
team 1.
ಇಲ್ಲ
Okay.
ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸಲ ಏನು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು
Exposed to oxygen. So they said they expose the life to oxygen, which is will be passing to team 8.
ಹಾಂ ಏನೋ ನಮ್ಮ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಇರ್ಲೇಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ.
Okay. So they gave a flame, exposed it to heat, something like that. Okay, team 7 points, back to team 6. Anyone in the audience? Okay. Yeah, Tanmay.
ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಾನು ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಇಟ್ಟು
We'll go to the answer slide. So the answer is they actually poured water on the surface and they thought that if you pour water it gets exposed and we will see signs of life. So but the thing is, in arid conditions on Earth, all those creatures have H2O2. So if you expose water to them, it instantly kills them. So that's what actually happened. So the extreme conditions, extremely arid area, so you can't pour water on them, it will kill any life. So on the pounds. So next to teams 3, team number 2 and team number 7.
Yeah, QM, what was the explanation again that you gave?
So the experiment poured water on the surface, on the thing. The problem was it was such, Mars does not have any water. So organisms over there actually evolved to the state that they have H2O2.
Okay.
So if you put water,
The theory is that they would have used H2O.
Yeah.
Okay, we can.
we have one more round after this, so we'll give you the scores at the end of the drive. Or you,
Can we have scores now?
Yeah, can we have scores now?
okay, we'll quickly give scores.
Team 1 85, Team 2 45, Team 3 55, Team 4 75, Team 5 45, Team 6 55, Team 7 40, Team 8 25.
Hope scores are all there. So still a close battle, anyone's game. We have the last two questions of this round, and the question goes back to team 6. Yeah. So many species got their eggs during the early days of scientific collecting, which is partly fueled because of the colonization programs of European powers. So timeline is important, 18th, 19th, 20th centuries. However, history has come under this, that because of the history of naming this thing, got their eggs, has come under increased scrutiny. So considering a certain movement about the similar issue for landmarks in 2020, some they raised questions about certain existing bird names. So this made them believe that naming more species using X would become unnecessary and difficult to justify as well. So, and avoiding nomenclature this way would help creating an objective